Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the month of March for the sign of Virgo, the earth sign Virgo. I'm going to start off with the ocean tarot cards, specifically because we are in the Pisces season. So Pisces is water energy, and I grabbed the ocean tarot because the ocean represents our emotions. Water represents our emotions. So let's do an emotional based reading for you. I know you're an earth sign, and I don't know how you feel about water, but maybe Pisces is somewhere in your chart and you relate. So Virgo, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Virgo could be your sun, your moon, your rising. Some people like to watch for their Venus or their Jupiter, or so wherever you have Virgo in your chart, you might resonate with this reading. If you don't, it's not always a dialed in perfect reading for every single Virgo. So just remember, you're part of a collective. And so I'm going to do my best to find whoever this is for. Virgo, thank you for being here. Thank you for your time and your attention. Starting off with a traditional Celtic cross spread for the sign of Virgo. Let's go back in time and find that recent past energy. This is the Four of Coral, so it's the Four of Wands. So there was like a marriage. There was a home. It was something to do with the home. I like to really think the Four of Wands is keeping the home fires burning. So there was like a happy home. There was 1111. There was soulmate energy there. Your current energy is the Hermit. That's you. This is your master card, your major arcana representative, the Hermit, Virgo. Why is, well, first of all, let's get the challenge. What's challenging you? What is conflicting you? What is presenting a little bit of a challenge for you trying to be the Hermit right now? Because Virgo, I think you're really pulling back. I think you're really trying to go within, because detaching from everybody feels like the right move. But what's challenging that? The Knight of Treasure, so the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. Let's find out what's on your mind. What is on a Virgo's mind? What are they thinking about, maybe nonstop or constantly? It's always on their mind for Virgo. The Knight of Coral, so another knight. Lots of movement in your energy. What is in your subconscious? It's there. You might not be aware of it, but it is certainly there for the sign of Virgo. Six of Pearls, nostalgia, sweet past energy. What is in your near future? Moving towards the future, what can we tell Virgo about that? King of Spears. This is the King of Swords, essentially. So someone, it's a person, a grandfather, an uncle, a brother, a husband, some masculine-oriented person. Could be feminine, could be a female in their masculine energy, speaking their mind, telling you what's what, giving you the rundown, giving you the whole picture. Truth, lots of truth. They may not care how it lands emotionally for you. So that would be something to take into consideration. Let's find your external energy. It's energy outside of you, but it's not you. What about your internal energy? It is how you're feeling about all of this. What is your hope and your fear? How are you, the hope and the fear can be the same thing, different sides of the same coin. And then your final outcome, Virgo. Your final outcome, how will things in the month of March wind up for you? Month of March. Okay, Bottom of the deck, Judgment. What this says right out of the gate is a spiritual awakening. It almost as if the snake has shed its skin and the old you is gone. Whoever you have been, maybe for 2025, and you're now in this few months of 2026, and you've realized that who you used to be, you're not that person anymore. You are somebody who is so different, so changed, so completely radically opposite of the way you used to be. It's as if, like I said, the old you has shed, the new you is born. The snake has shed its skin. We did, interestingly enough, just exit the year of the wood snake. And we've entered the year of the fire horse. So Judgment is here at the bottom of the deck, and that really rings true for the sign of Virgo, that something has influenced who you are now. It's not who you used to be. So if people were counting on or expecting Virgo to always behave like they've always behaved, they've probably got a little bit of a shock in store for them, because I think you are different now. Your recent past was that Four of Wands. Like I said, it's soulmate energy. It's 1111. The Roman numeral 4 looks like 4 staffs in a row, which is 1111. If you look at a digital clock and you see 1111, that's a good indication for you to whoever it is that's on your mind. It's soulmate energy. It's divine soul partnership energy. Four of Wands is Four of Coral is about that passionate, who we share our hearth with, that soul of our house where we get heat, where we build energy. It's who we share that space with. It's the person that we share money, we share time, we share intimacy. Everything is involved in Four of Wands. That's your recent past. So what brought you to the month of March 2026 is this energy of, I have been very on the same page with someone that I share my home and my cars and my kids and all. I've been very close with them. Your current energy is the Hermit. It almost feels like, based on this Judgment energy that I was talking about earlier, you've changed though. So you may have entered into the month with this Four of Coral, Four of Wands, but you have this very distinct change of, I'm connected and I'm involved and I'm a part of a group, to I'm withdrawn and I'm detached and I'm within myself right now. And I do believe that it's for a good reason. You're trying so hard to find your light. You're trying so hard to connect to your purpose. You want with all your might to find your truth, who you are, what you're made of, who you are meant to be. The Hermit goes within and detaches from everybody else for a reason. I believe it's for a reason, for a season. So the Hermit is here in your current energy, challenging that Hermit, challenging your ability to do that, is the Knight of Treasures, which is earth-based energy, but it's movement. So while you're trying to detach and go within and, take a sabbatical from life, just for a little bit, not forever, but for a little bit, your life requires you to stay moving, to stay going. Even the Knight of Treasure is very slow. They still are moving. And so even that little bit of movement, it's challenging your ability to hermit yourself, because you're not able to completely detach from your life. There are still requirements for you to be a part of your family and to feed your kids, to pay your bills, to go to work. You know, you have to do stuff. While you might be moving very slowly right now and very methodically and very, you know, I think your mind and your heart are elsewhere. So you might be just going through the motions. That's what's really coming to me. Going through the motions of your life like a robot because you know how to cook dinner, you know how to pay those bills, you know how to go to work. But I'm really getting it's a challenge to your hermit because your heart really isn't in it right now. Your heart really is somewhere else. Remember, you had judgment at the beginning of your reading. You've changed. Something about you has dramatically shifted. And so you're going through the motions of your life, but I feel like it is not with your whole heart and soul connected to it. You're just putting one foot in front of the other and you're just going robotically. What's on your mind? The Knight of Coral. Now see, on your mind, you would like to radically, quickly, fast change. You would love to have already hermited and transformed into your new self, to found that truth of yours and your light and your truth and act on it. That's on your mind. You really want transformation. You really want change and a spiritual a new identity, this movement towards your spiritual beliefs and practices. You want that passionate movement. That's on your mind. I still think that in actuality, you're moving at a snail's pace because you're just not feeling it. Even though you think about it, I think it's on your mind like fantasy, but it's not reality. In your soul, down in the place of your part of your being that you might not be fully aware of, your subconscious, is the Six of Pearls. This is soulmate energy. This is nostalgia. This is the past. Down in the bottom of your being, you're remembering back to being a child. You're remembering what it felt like to be innocent and pure. You're remembering back to your first love. Sometimes for us ladies, it's our dad. Sometimes for, young men, or men in general, it's their moms. Our opposite sex parent is sometimes said to be our first true love. And so you're going down memory lane and you're remembering things that maybe you've blocked out for a long time, but it's down in your subconscious. So I think it feels to me almost like, when you have a sieve and things are being strained out, you're remembering things in bits and pieces from the past, from old times. Six of Cups, Six of Pearls is nostalgia. In the near future is the King of Spears. Now, this is a person in your life. Like I said earlier, it can be a grandfather, a dad, an uncle, a husband, a son, some masculine person. Even a female can be in their masculine energy and be the King of Spears, the King of Swords. But it is a non-emotional person. It is somebody that speaks their mind. They speak their truth. They don't really care how it lands. They just speak because that's their truth. Sometimes they speak truth for you, and you might not have asked for it, but in your near future, there is this energy of the King of Spears headed your way. So, Virgo, beware that a truth teller is headed your direction. In your external energy is another king, another person. This time it's the King of Pentacles, the King of Treasures. So this can be a Taurus, which is your earth cousin, or this can be you, or this can be someone in your life. Like I said, a masculine energy. Females can have masculine energy. So somebody, male or female, that takes action on their money or their time or their effort. So it's somebody who they almost see life like a ledger, like an accountant keeps a ledger, and they take stock of their money, their time, their effort, their health, their wealth, their homes, their cars, all their possessions. The King of Treasures is somebody in your life that takes action on all of those areas. And so this can be, somebody that you really look up to, but they affect your life. They're external to you, but I feel like they're a teacher, somebody that you look up to, somebody that you admire. They show you what it's like to be the master of your physical world. I think, Virgo, you're such a fastidious, detail-oriented person. And you might right now, just because of that hermit energy and this Six of Pearls, I think there's this need for you to detach and want to go within and just be by yourself. But there is this person who is like telling you, hey, Virgo, I know that that's what you want to do, but I need you to be mindful of your health and your money and your time and your kids and your cars and your home. Somebody is really speaking truth physically, in your physical reality. And they have a great deal of influence and effect on you. Your internal energy, how you feel about all of that, is the Nine of Treasures. You really feel deep down inside like you have it all. It's like it's wish fulfillment. So I think because the Nine of Pentacles, you feel like you have amassed a great deal of fortune, and you feel like you have good health, you have good kids, you've really accomplished in your physical reality, treasures, pentacles, you've accomplished a whole lot. And when you look at your kingdom, let's say, I think you're very proud. But there is something within you that wants to do it by yourself. It's almost like you want to be single. So while I was getting that energy very strongly that you were wanting to hermit yourself, isn't that interesting? You want to go and be by yourself. You want to remove yourself from everybody. And it's almost as if, because really, truly, deep down inside, you want to be on your own and you want to do things by yourself. Nine of Treasures is very independent, single energy. What is your hopes and your fears? Now, Nine of Pearls, this is definitely emotional fulfillment. So the Nine of Pearls is the Nine of Cups. And this is in your hopes and your fears. So while you hope to have this emotional fulfillment, you also fear that. Sometimes we fear what we've never had. And if you've never had your heart space full up to the number 9 on a 10-cup heart, you've never felt the 9, you've never maybe even felt the 8. So when you get to this number 9, it's like I am almost to the point of being completely emotionally blissed out. But it's my hope that I would get there. But if I did get there, that seems like that would be a little terrifying for you. You might not know what to do if your heart was almost full. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes the very thing we think we want is the very thing that we are scared to death of. Final outcome for Virgo, Page of Spears, Page of Swords. This has been showing up in almost everybody's reading. The Page of Spears is the Page of Swords. That is the card of the energy of investigation, looking into things, opening up old files, rereading testimonies, going down social media rabbit holes. It is like getting a bone and chewing that bone until it is nothing, because you're going to find out. And let me just say, Virgo, ruled by the planet Mercury, You're already in your mind and communication oriented all the time. But that's very indicative of this Page of Spears. Mercury, analytical mind, Virgo, when you latch on to something, you're going to explore that something until it is completely explored. The Page of Spears is that energy. It is, I am curious, and my curiosity takes me down all these rabbit holes of information gathering because I want to know about something. So that could be the reason why you want to hermit. That could be the reason why you feel this need to just, kind of be solo, be on your own for a little bit, but you're definitely moving slowly. I'm going to grab Spirit Junkie Gabrielle Bernstein so that we can do your final tarot oracle card. Gabrielle Bernstein, Spirit Junkie for the sign of Virgo. Thank you so much for being here, Virgo. Your card says, I claim my desires, I hold great visions, and I'm ready to receive. I claim my desires, I hold great visions, and I'm ready to receive. Virgo, this is your reading. Please remember I'm on TikTok and YouTube, and your likes and your follows and your subscribes and your shares, all of your interactions with my channel make such a difference, and I'm so grateful. Thank you very much. Be blessed and be well. Namaste.